Hello and welcome to Chunky Dinosaur. Today we're going to make battered pork. So this is just a cheap supermarket bought roasting joint. They're a little boring, you're just sticking them in the oven. So I'm going to show you how to make something a little bit different. First of all, we're going to take off the skin and the fat, but don't throw this away, keep this. I'll show you another recipe with the skin and the fat later. Not very healthy, but extremely tasty. As you can see here, nice sharp knife, watch your fingers. Pull the skin away from the meat as you're trying to skin it. Making sure to trim all the extra fatty bits that are on there. The fat between the muscle in the meat itself is alright, that'll add some flavour, but we're just going to try and remove these bits that won't cook so well in the frying pan. And now once that's done, we're going to cut that into centimetre thick slices. We'll prepare this ready and battered. It's easy to cook at this sort of thickness. As you can see here, we've got a lot of nice cuts out of that bit of pork. And now we're tenderising a little bit. Make sure you cover this with cling film though, or you will end up splashing pork water all over your kitchen, which isn't pleasant. So cover it with cling film, gently bash it, flatten out a little bit, it'll make it easier to cook. And now we're making batter. So I found that corn flour makes a crispier batter rather than like self-raising or plain flour. Corn flour certainly adds a different texture and it makes it much more crispy. You only have to dip it once. So now I'm using my all season that I explained before. It's just a mix that I know the flavours that I like, so I mix them together, I pre-mix them. Add plenty in there to give it some flavour. We add a little bit more in a sec, just to give it some added colour. This is crispy onions. These are a godsend. These are absolutely delicious. If you find them in Tesco's or Sainsbury's, it's just pre-fried crispy onions. Adds loads of texture to a lot of meals. Absolutely amazing. Now you mix this all up together. Just a rough mix. And as I say, it's still a little bit white for my liking, so we're going to add a little bit more flavour in there. So now for the first part of the batter. So we're going to break an egg. You don't need to beat this egg, you just need to separate it. So with a whisk, give it a little stir rather than a whisk. You just stir it around. You can use a fork for this if you wish. And now we are dipping the pork in the egg. Sometimes when you're battering things, you would dip them twice. So now you press firmly into there to make sure you get the onions into the pork in the batter. Make sure you press nice and firmly. Make sure it's covered up, and then that's it. You only have to dip it the once. We're not going to double batter this one. So with the pork, we're going to have some rice. As you can see, I like to buy in bulk. It's just a lot cheaper that way. And we're using 2 cups of rice and 4 cups of water, filtered water because we're in the hard water area. But half of that will probably do 3 normal sized people. Now we're going to add a teaspoon of turmeric to give the rice a nice yellow colour and some flavour, and we do half a teaspoon of salt. medium heat and cover. Then we're going to add some frozen vegetables and into the frying pan with the pork. So we're going to lightly oil it with a teaspoon of oil and brush it in with a silicone brush. Once your pork is in there, it shouldn't take long before it starts to go crispy. Remember just to turn it regularly. It should take 4 or 5 minutes per side if they're nice and thin. For salad, we got some chunky cut cucumber and some rough cut spinach. Meat's done, as I say, 5-6 minutes aside, something like that. Here we've added the vegetables to the rice. How delicious does that look? We've added some sour cream sauce and some barbecue sauce and some crispy onions as croutons for the salad. Please like and subscribe. If you like the videos, there'll be more.